It just happens too much. Our police officers being assaulted, our police officers being attacked. You have these crazy attacks where you have a cop in a squad car who's enjoying their lunch break and somebody comes up and summarily executes them before the cop even had a chance. It happens way too much, and it happens because too many of our political leaders have encouraged it. Now, it's not just that. It's not just the rhetoric that encourages violence against our law enforcement. You know, when I was in the Senate, there was a big bill that was going around, and it was basically that we were going to try to eliminate qualified immunity from police officers, one of the most disgraceful and worst ideas that I've ever seen. In other words, that we were going to make it easy for criminals to sue police officers for doing their job. Now, does anybody think, when you see the fake news media and the way they attack our police officers, does anybody think that we need to make it harder for our police to do their job? Some of America's cities today have worse murder rates than the very worst third world cities all over the world. That's not a joke. You go to Port-au-Prince, Haiti, or you go to some of the poorest countries all over the world, even those countries have a better murder rate than Washington, D.C. or some of the major American cities. Some of them have better murder rates than Charlotte, North Carolina. That's a disgrace. All of us should be asking, how do we make that better? How do we make people safer in their communities? How do we make it easier for a young family to walk down the street in security and comfort? But unfortunately, we have got a crew of violent radicals in the United States of America who think we ought to make it harder for police to keep us safe than easier for police to keep us safe. So here's one thing I'd like to do. I'd like every single Democrat starting today, and every Republican too, while we're at it, to say that we are going to defeat these efforts to strip immunity from our police officers. We're going to make it easier for them to do their job, not harder for them to do their job. Let's fight for it every single day.